All right, so now I would like to talk about timelining feature. I have a little 3-minute video on it, and this one builds on it. This video is more for you as the developer of an artifact. How do you make your artifact be able to leverage the timelining feature? How can you take the information that's being parsed and sent to a timeline in a way that they all follow the same format, the same normalization process? It's really, really easy, and I'm going to show you how right now. Let's look for let's open ALEAPP, and in this case, I opened a particular artifact that's already implemented the timelining feature. This is for the well-being artifact, a way that is similar to screen time in iOS, and it's a way for Android devices to kind of keep track of what's going on with your app usage. Okay, so you need to do 3 simple things and 1 prerequisite, and you'll be set for your artifacts. First of all, the prerequisite. What's the prerequisite? When you parse your artifacts, make sure that what you're passing over to the reporting function, the first item that you're passing over in your list is the key timestamp. Okay? If you're working on a chat, make sure that that key timestamp, the one that indicates when the event happened, has to be the first thing provided. And I'll show you that in a second. That's the only requirement. As long as the first entry that you're providing to the reporting function is your key timestamp, you don't have to do anything else in regards to working with the data, okay? And that's the prerequisite. Now, how to actually implement it? Well, the first thing you do is what you see here on line 4. Let me see if I can make this a little bit larger. On this line here, where is your iLEAPP functions, just add timeline. That's all you need to add to it. When you add it, this will allow you to access the timeline function, right? So this is the next 2 lines you need to add, right? This first one here is timeline activity, is the name of the artifact. So that way you can correlate it back to your HTML report if need be for more details. And then call the timeline function provided the report folder, which is already part of what ALEAPP does for you. The timeline activity description, which you provided in the previous line, and then the data that you parsed. Okay, and this is something that's done by you as you generated your artifact. There's a whole video on how to do artifacts, so if you're not familiar with it, I refer you to that one, and it will teach you how to do that. Okay, when I talk about the prerequisite, you will note if I go up here, as I'm generating the content of my artifact, you'll see that I put timestamp first. This is my key timestamp. And your artifact might have multiple timestamps. Just make sure that the first one that you're feeding to your list is the one that's the key timestamp, the one that you want a timeline off of it. Okay. And in my case, is row and the entry 1, right? And if I look at my query, here is my key timestamp. Okay. And that's what I use. Fairly simple, right? Again, just kind of summarize. What you need to do is, number 1, prerequisite, your artifact, the first entry in your artifact needs to be the key timestamp on your list. Easy. If that is done, you're gonna do an import for the timeline module, a functionality from the iLEAPP functions module, and then add 2 lines of code. One for the activity description, and then the timeline functionality. All the artifacts that have timestamps in ALEAPP and iLEAPP right now have they're already supported by a timelining feature, and you can use any of those as a pony as an example to then develop your own artifacts. So hopefully that helps, and it will. If you have any questions on it or comments, how to make it better, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at AlexisBrignoni, or my blog abrignoni.com. Or also feel free to send me a pull request with some cool new features or enhancements. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you so much again.